Good morning, beautiful souls. It is Elizabeth Bratcher, Psychic Medium, here on the 3rd of September. I am back after my break and I am back doing the daily reads as well as being here live on Friday evenings for you guys doing readings. You'll also find there's some new services available. In my break time, I have been very purposeful in my work, and you will now find that past life regression, hypnotherapy, is now a regular part of the services available as well. So guys, I'm looking forward to that. All right, so how the daily reads work is that I'm going to pull 3 cards. Now, I did give a little bit of thought into changing the daily reads, but at the moment, this is what I'm drawn to do. So please feel free to drop any comments as far as structure and things like that goes. If there's something that you guys would like to see, please let me know. All right, so guys, as I said, I'm going to pull 3 cards. Now, the thing is not to think about it too much, okay? And the purpose of the daily reads is to give you some insight and some guidance, okay? This is about shifting mindset, and it's also about clicking into your true self and reaching your higher purpose. And so, okay, so the energy each day may be a little big, it might be small. Let's have a look and see. But the point is that what you need to do is just spend a few minutes each day thinking about what you encounter today. And what happens is it starts to show your brain, it starts to switch your neurological system, and your mindset starts to shift into a more positive place where you start to search for that self-awareness, you start to tap into yourself on a deeper level, okay? So it's not about bringing big impacting changes every day. It's knowing that by tapping into yourself every day and giving some food for thought around what we discuss here, you're going to start to shift yourself to your higher purpose, okay? So guys, I wanted just to explain that a little bit around the daily reads. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to pull 3 cards just randomly from the deck, and as I said, all you need to do is allow your energy to go to number 1, number 2, or to number 3. Nice. Okay, so just take a moment. Is your energy drawn to number 1, number 2, or to number 3? Great. Okay. Pop these 2 puppies down. Number 1, procrastination. Creating delays to avoid action. And, you know, guys, when I made this card, of all the cards in the deck, this is probably the one I'm most susceptible to personally. I know that whenever I've got big ventures or something that I'm a little bit nervous about tackling for the first time, I tend to need to vacuum, or I tend to need to clean, or do lots of other things. But I'm aware of that, and so I am mindful. All right. Oh, gee whiz. Unbelievable. You got the uncertainty card. I laugh because you guys know you had this vlog on a few weeks ago. All right. So, but look, to me, this makes a lot of sense. And so you've got the procrastination card that sits here. You've got the uncertainty card, and you've also got the joy card, okay? So creating delays to avoid action. And as I just briefly explained to you, a lot of the reason that we do that is because we're apprehensive for whatever one reason for moving forward, and so we tend to make ourselves busy with other work, and we haven't had time to get to that yet, okay? Generally, that procrastination comes around because we are feeling uncertain. We do have that clouded judgment, confusion and doubt, and all of that kind of energy that brings around that need for procrastination, okay? And so, as I said to you at the beginning, if we take the moment to acknowledge this process is happening around us, give it a little bit of insight, push yourself through it, you get the joy card. Okay, which talks about peace, happiness, and harmony. And I specifically use joy on this card instead of just happiness because it is a balance that is there. It is a beautiful balance that sits there, okay? Once you do all of these things, as I said, you switch over to that joy, and as a follow-up there, you've got the changes card that comes in, okay? Those changes that you're working towards are going to start falling into place. All right, so number 1, that is what I have for you today, and I hope that it helps. All right, number 2, you've got the card of self-denial, self-sabotage, refusal, being stubborn. Let's have a look and see. You know, self-denial can be, it's so much more complex than just denying self. You know what I mean? Sometimes when we allow our fears to become our leader, you know, that in itself is probably the greatest act of self-sabotage and self-denial that we can do. So self-denial comes in many forms. Yeah, okay. And so what you've got, okay, is sealing the deal, making the commitment to move forward, and you've also got the Be Positive card lying there in the middle. So number 2, my message for you today, okay, is just to take a moment and have a look where your attitude is sitting. Now, this Be Positive, your attitude is a choice. And what that means is that in life, things are going to happen around us, but we have a choice as to how we react, okay? And so, you know, even in the darkness, we can find the light. basically. And I get that sometimes it's such a difficult thing to do and you can't possibly feel like you can, but when you hold on to that hope, okay, and but for that other end of the spectrum there, where we just need to make sure our attitude is in check and everything in between, again, that self-awareness that we're putting ourselves in a point of self-denial is going to allow us to start to shift, okay? And so sealing the deal, making the commitment to move forward. And so number 2, your message for the day is that you need to bring this energy in. You need to go, okay, enough's enough. I understand that the actions and the consequences are that I'm going to end up at a certain point looking back and missing a chunk of my life. And I don't want that to happen, okay? And so I'm going to make the commitment to move forward and step out of this. And I'm going to be positive. That's how I'm going to do this, to be able to move forward. And when I do that, I get growth. I get beautiful growth. Okay, and this card represents self-awareness. It represents opportunity and it represents potential. Okay, so that's what wants to step in for you guys, number 2. And there you go, I have changed reading slightly. I knew there was a little shift coming. All right, number 3. You've got the bigger picture. Looking at long-term, beyond self and moments. And that's what this card asks us to do. You know, are the choices and decisions and actions that you're taking today for immediate satisfaction and a quick solution, or are they moving you towards that bigger picture of your life purpose? Let's have a look and see. Confronting fears. Okay, so you've also got the confront fears card and you've got the female card as well. So what this talks about, okay, is so we're the bigger picture. We need to start working towards that, looking towards long-term, beyond self and beyond moments. Okay, how do we do that? We need to confront some fears. All right, and when we start to confront some fears, there's some freedom, some courage, and that release that comes in from that. Okay, how do we do that? So you've got the female card, and what this card represents, guys, is that the energy has to come from within you. Okay, so for example, if we're sitting there and saying, I'm going to confront some fears, I'm just going to wait until all of things just settle down so that I'm in a good headspace to do so, and I don't have to worry about anything else that's going on, and you know, I can just focus on confronting my fears. So, you know, my reply to that is, guys, give me an example of when everything in life is just absolutely perfectly settled and still, that allows us to start doing some work on ourselves. Waiting for things to come in, I dare say, is a little bit of procrastination, okay? But so what my point is, all right, is in that is going, you know what, things aren't necessarily perfect around me, but if I sit here and I wait for things to come in and make everything all nice and smooth, I'm going to be waiting for the rest of my life. And so I'm going to bring this power from within and I'm going to start to shift through. I'm going to start to make the changes that I want to see, and I'm going to start confronting those fears regardless of the chaos that's going on. Okay, and what that also does, guys, is it not only shows you that you do have the ability to confront your fears and move forward, but it also shows you that you have the strength and the ability to persevere through struggles and through chaos and all of those wonderful things. And to have that faith and knowledge in yourself is beautiful. And so when we do that, guys, okay, you've got the cycles cards there, which talks about the beginnings and the endings, okay? Beginnings and endings are in natural order, all right? And so what this represents is that when we do start to focus on the bigger picture and we do start to confront those fears and accept that we have to be the catalyst for that change, it's going to bring a cycle in place. You're going to see beginnings and endings, okay? And for some of you, this is going to be quite dramatic because it's going to put you into where you need to be. Where energy goes, energy flows, birds of a feather flock together, okay? And so you'll find that there'll be some big shifts that come into play, but very positive ones. All right, so number 3, that is what I have for you. So just in quick reflection, guys, number 3, you've got the bigger picture. Number 2, you've got the self-denial card. And number 1, you had the procrastination card. Okay, so as I've said, guys, all right, this is about giving these things a little bit of food for thought. And tomorrow when you join me again, give tomorrow's a little bit of food for thought. And you will find within 30 days or so, okay, your mindset is going to start to shift and you're actually going to start looking for these things automatically and naturally and habitually, all right? And it's just going to start shifting you into a beautiful, beautiful place. And so, guys, please join me tomorrow. If you haven't already, please like my Facebook page. Please join me over onto YouTube as well. If you haven't, you'll find a lot of development videos coming up on there over the next several weeks. Other than that, as I said, Fridays for the live feeds with the free readings as well. So thank you so much for joining me, guys. Please, if you're on YouTube, leave a comment. I will absolutely reply. And if you're on Facebook watching this today, again, please leave a comment. I would love to get some feedback from you. And always, of course, a heart on the or a thumbs up on the video is always appreciated. Have a beautiful day, guys. I hope that you are keeping well. And if you can't be good, as I say, be good at it.